Welcome to episode 60 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today on the table we're looking at Tua and the Miami Dolphins, and if we're going to see this team in the Super Bowl in Tua's career. Will he ever lead to, not necessarily this year, but will he ever lead this team to the Super Bowl? Jay, what you think?
Yeah, we've done this on the two other rookie quarterbacks, Justin Herbert. I predicted he will be in a Super Bowl within the next 5 years.
Agreed.
I love him in the Chargers roster. And for Joe Burrow and the Bengals, I said they will not make a Super Bowl, not due to Joe Burrow. I think he has the potential to get to a Super Bowl, just not with the Bengals. I don't like that organization. I don't think they'll help him enough to get the weapons he needs to get to a Super Bowl and get past Patrick Mahomes in his career. But for Tua's case, it's really early to say. We're only 2 games in. He is 2-0 when he started against 2 very good teams and 2 teams that will likely be in the playoffs. The Rams, he didn't do much to actually help contribute to that game. He did throw a touchdown, but he threw for under 100 yards. A really special teams and defense came up in that game. But today against the Cardinals, Tua went toe-to-toe. Kyler Murray, he had 248 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and ran the ball great. Great lefty. That's very rare in the league, and I do think Tua has a lot of potential. He threw for 71 completion percentage today, and it is hard for me to predict, will he ever get to Super Bowl just being this early? And I might have to say no, just because as much as I used to be a Miami Dolphins fan, and I still am, I still love Miami, we're in Florida, I'm not going to never root against them by any means, but I'm not as hardcore fan anymore. They struggle getting help to their team. Ryan Tannehill, I don't think he was ever a stellar quarterback on the Dolphins, but even then, they never got him a lot of help. Jarvis Landry, they just drafted him, and he panned out to be a great receiver, but they never signed a big free agent. They signed Sue at one point in their career, and for the Dolphins, they had a great defensive line with him and Cameron Wake, but really, they never evolved to create a Super Bowl team, get a Super Bowl staff with the coach, and a Super Bowl GM that just puts it all together, and I just don't see that happening anytime soon. I mean, maybe in 5 years, my opinion could change, because that's so far in the future. I see Tua having a 15-year career, but right now today, I say no, he's not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's definitely early. At this point, I have to say no.
Yeah.
But I love Tua. I love what he's doing right now. 2-0, looking great. Like I said, 2-0. But in those two wins, I think we've seen 3 touchdown passes.
Yep. 2
today, 1 in the first game. About 350 yards in 2 games, which is not terrible. Nothing spectacular. The thing that stands out to me is you say you think Tua might have a 15-year career. I think, as tough as it is to say, I think his career will be shortened by an injury at some point. Just the fact that he got that...
in college.
He got injured his last year at Alabama, his senior year, towards the middle of the season, but I don't remember what the injury was. I want to say something with his foot, something with his ankle, or his hip, possibly not an ACL, but something that was severe. Yeah. Anyway, that's just a bad sign for longevity in a career. And of course, if he doesn't have an 8 or 10 year career, I don't think he'll make a Super Bowl, because I don't think Miami's ready for a Super Bowl right now at all. You give them 4 or 5 years, that could change. Right now, they're not. Their offense isn't developed as much as is not developed enough. Young quarterback, obviously, with Tua. Same thing with their defense, just not top-notch enough to be Super Bowl ready anytime soon. So if Tua doesn't have a long enough career to live out that weaker team, let him develop, then there's no way they're going to find a Super Bowl with him. But I think he's great right now, and if he stays healthy, that could change, but I don't see him staying healthy, therefore I don't see Miami winning Super Bowl with this quarterback.
Yeah, and that's not to say we think Miami's a bad team. I actually predict Miami will get possibly the 7th seed. I think they'll get a wild card spot this year. And that's not to say they won't make it in the playoffs in future years, and really for us to be even having this conversation is great talks for Miami.
At the beginning of the year, we would have never thought about this.
Yeah, I would have thought Miami has a top 5 draft pick by the end of this year, and I wouldn't have even expected Tua to start that much, and for him to go 2-0 against 2 playoff teams is impeccable.
Oh yeah, two solid teams.
So I don't want to make it seem like we're knocking Tua. I do think he'll pan out and be better than some of those average quarterbacks in the league, like Daniel Jones, Jared Goff. Just those regular mid guys that aren't stellar, that aren't confident, that aren't leading their team to the Super Bowls anytime soon. I do think he's better than them, but as I said, just the team around him is not enough as of right now. I love Devontae Parker. I love the secondary on that team, but I just don't think it's enough, and I don't think the Dolphins will ever get him enough to go to the Super Bowl.
And we said a week or so ago that we weren't sure about this move by Miami.
Yeah.
It's looking great.
Yeah, we were wrong.
Exactly. There's a reason why whoever runs that organization does.
Yeah.
Because you take a look at them right now, if that's not the point, but there was no sense in leaving Fitzpatrick in it. It's making more sense now. Tua was obviously ready to play. So again, he's coming out hot, and I think he's a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl, I think, is out of the picture for at least the next 6 or 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, and anything could change. Right now, they will have 2 first-round draft picks this year. Who says the Texans don't continue to do bad and they use that high first-round pick to get Najee Harris and upgrade the backfield? I mean, anything's possible. It's just, right now, I have to say no. I don't trust Miami in that front office.
I'm going to have to agree.
Sounds good. 2 minutes.
Don't worry.